A new window on the very early universe will be opened when we can detect gravitational waves by accurately measuring the distances between spacecraft. Gravitational waves propagate freely to us from earliest times, unimpeded by any intervening material. By contrast, light is scattered many times by free electrons. The scattering goes on until the electrons freeze out, when the universe is 300,000 years old. Despite having had some great successes, not everything is solved. We do not yet have a good theoretical understanding of the observations that the expansion of the universe is accelerating again, after a long period of slowing down. Without such an understanding, we cannot be sure of the future of the universe. Will it continue to expand forever? Is inflation a law of nature? Or will the universe eventually collapse again? New observational results and theoretical advances are coming in rapidly. Cosmology is a very exciting and active subject. We are getting close to answering the age-old questions. Why are we here? Where did we come from? Thank you for listening to me.
Professor Hawking has agreed to answer some questions, and so we gathered a few of the most popular questions, and there were 5. And my job is to read all 5 questions, and he will answer all 5 questions with one extended answer. Some of these questions bear on things he's already said, but you have to realize the questions were made in advance of his talk. Question 1. Do we know for certain how the universe began? Question 2. The problem for most people in trying to grasp all this is if the Big Bang began at all, what was before the Big Bang? I'm afraid I'm going to end up in hell. Question 3 is, how will the universe end and when? Question 4, you say your goal is simple, a complete understanding of the universe. And the question goes on to say, why is it as it is, and why does it exist at all? How close are we, and can science ever answer, and this is in big letters, why it exists in the first place? And question 5 is a very good one. What are the pressing big questions that are left? Professor Hawking.
We are fairly sure the universe began with a period of accelerating expansion. This is called inflation, because the size of the universe grows, and the way prices go up in some countries. The inflation in the early universe is much more rapid than our financial inflation. The universe expanded by a factor of 1,000,000 trillion in a tiny fraction of a second. Inflation in the size of the universe is a good thing, unlike inflation in prices. It would produce a very large and very smooth universe, with just the right amount of irregularity to account for the formation of galaxies, stars, and ultimately, human beings. How did this inflation start? How can one describe the universe at the beginning of time? I now think I can show how the universe was spontaneously created out of nothing, according to the laws of science. The universe exists because general relativity and quantum theory allow and require it to exist. If I'm right, the universe is self-contained and governed by science alone. In time, we can hope to understand it completely. We have long enough, as the universe should last forever. Eternity is a very long time, especially towards the end, as Woody Allen said. Thank you.
Wonderful.